Hello, welcome along. 8 o'clock. It's off. We're being off injured. I'm just totally losing the track of days. I think this makes it a Tuesday today, doesn't it? Hey, good evening. Welcome along. So glad you could join us. First of all, if you could do me a big favor, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give this video a like, share it with your friends, and if you can comment along as well, that would be absolutely brilliant. So yeah, that's your homework for today. You've got to do at least one of those, and let's start off with the subscribe. That'll be the best one to do. Okay, it's the 5-minute focus. Tonight, I thought I would just talk about setting your goals for 2021. It's the new year. Everyone's got their resolutions, which everybody breaks. So we're not talking about resolutions. We're talking about goals, those targets you're going to set yourself for this year, what you're going to get up to and how you're going to get there. Now, it's easy to set a goal to say, I'm going to run further than last year. That's easy to say that. But there's no way you can quantify it, and there's no way you can measure whether you've actually achieved that or not, isn't there? Because just saying I'm going to run further doesn't give you any benefit to it. There's nothing there to encourage you. So what you need to be doing is looking at those goals and making them. And I hate to do this because I left the corporate world about 4 years ago, and I don't really want to go back there. But what we need to do with our running goals is actually set smart goals, smart targets, whatever you want to call them. But we need to be setting out those smart goals. What is smart? Very easy. First of all, S, specific. You need a specific goal. Not the specific isn't in a body of water to the side of America. It's a specific goal. What is going to be your goal? For me, let's look at it this way. Last year, I ran 1,350 miles. That was what I run. We've got that measured. We know we've done that. So I could set as my specific goal for this year to run 1,500 miles. Yeah. So you see what I mean? We need to set something specific. So that's brilliant. It's also got to be measurable. Yeah. Whatever goal you set needs to be measurable. Again, looking at that example I just gave you, it is easily measurable because we're looking for that 1,500 miles. So we're hitting the first true criteria of a smart target. The third, A, is it achievable? Yeah, it's no point setting yourself a target if you know straight off you're not going to hit it. So an example in that regard would be myself. Again, I'm looking to run a Boston qualifying time for my age of 3 hours 20. Do I think I'm going to do that this year? No, I don't. Will I be able to do it in a couple of years? Yeah, I really do think I can do it. So my target this year would have to be, say, break it down a bit, maybe not going that fast, maybe looking at a 3:35 marathon, so which is more achievable for me at this moment in time. So that's what you got to think about when you're setting the goals. First of all, is it specific? 2, is it measurable? 3, is it achievable? Okay. Well, let's have a look at, is it a realistic goal? Is it just a pie in the sky? Is it something that you can actually do? What you need to do is look at where you are in your running career or your running experience. Are you just regularly running 5Ks and you think you're going to run a marathon in 6 months? Is it realistic? Is it something that you can do? You really got to sit down, take stock of your world, take stock of what you're doing. Can you give the commitment to the training to up it from 5K to a marathon? Will you need to be doing double sessions? Would your lifestyle allow you to do that? Yeah. So you've got to look and see if your target is realistic. Look at yourself. Will you realistically, a lot going on, would you realistically be able to do it? Okay. And finally, time bound. Yep. Always set a target with not necessarily a fixed time to hit, but a time to complete it. As I said, with my marathon goal, that Boston qualifying time, I've set my time bound as 2 years. I think I can do it in 2 years. So this year I'm going, as I say, aim for that 3:35. That's giving it a 12 months. So I'm looking to do that in 12 months. So you might be looking to run a sub-5 park run when we get back to being able to do them. So when do you think sub-20 park run? So when do you think you're going to be able to do that? Are you going to be able to do it in 3 months? Are you going to be able to do it in 6 months? Or are you going to be able to do it in 12 months? Again, you need to take stock of where you have been and where you're going in your running career. So as I say, how's your running been lately? Yep. How many miles have you done? Are you running consistently? Are you running once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week? Are you recovering from an injury? Are you fully recovered? Are you in the right place to start aiming for those targets you've set yourself? So knowing where you have been with your running will allow you to make a more sensible approach to setting that target for the year. Okay. So as I say, you also need to know what you need to do to accomplish your goal. And please forgive me, I've got my notes down here. I'm going to have to get an auto cue so I can see it in front of me, but I'm just old-fashioned piece of paper. So where do you want to race next? When do you want to race next? How fast do you want to race next? These are all things you've got to take into consideration when setting those goals. If you've only raced those 5Ks before, is it realistic to say, right, my next race is going to be a marathon? Should you be looking at doing a 10K, then stepping up to a half marathon? And if that's okay, then should you be looking at setting that goal of setting a full marathon? These are the things you need to think about when you're setting these goals. Don't just write them out willy-nilly. Put some time and some planning into them. Basically, what I'm saying is when you set your goal, you're not really looking at the goal all the time. What you're looking at is a process, the steps between where you are now and where you want to be. So you're setting yourself sub goals all the way along to get where you want to be. So you're looking at more at your process as opposed to actually the end results. Okay. 3:20 marathon time. Am I going to get there? No. What do I have to do first to get closer? What do I have to do to get closer? What do I have to do to get closer? I have to get faster here. I have to make sure I'm doing more training here. Am I going to have to double up on sessions? Is my lifestyle allowing me to do a running session in the morning, one in the afternoon? So all those things, all those processes you have to look at, they are your sub targets to get to your main goal for the year. Okay. And finally, you've got to think, how are you going to get there? As I say, that is can you commit the time and the effort to getting where you want to be? Okay. Basically, very quickly, 5-minute nutshell, overrun again. I'm going to have to do something about my timings, but that's what you need to be looking at when you're setting those SMART targets. Is it specific? Is it measurable? Is it achievable? Is it realistic? And is it time bound? Give it some thought. Don't just go from the first thing that jumps into your head. Look at those criteria. Look at where you are. Look at how much time you can give. And then you'll be able to set that perfect running goal, which you will be able to achieve and be able to celebrate once you get there. So there you go. Very quickly, that's what I'm doing with my goals for this year. That's how I've come to them. So I hope it's of help. Once again, thank you very much indeed for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with another 5-minute-ish focus. Thank you for keeping those suggestions of what you want me to talk about in the 5 minutes. I've got loads to do and I will gladly take more from you. So please hit me up in the comments if you have any ideas. So once again, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends, and I will see you again soon. Till then, let's get running.